Side shows for a couple dollars, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Brew Party Podcast, episode 99. We're feeling fine, and it is another edition of Maloney's Money Line. Look at that! Oh, we're feeling good. Ryan's feeling great. He has officially defeated the coronavirus while having COVID. He went 6-2. Incredible week last week. We didn't go undefeated like we said, but Ryan, I'll take 11-5 just about any day of the week. Scooby making his appearance on the show as early as possible. Not even a minute in. He's got picks too, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get into those picks, let's chat just a little bit. So like I said, this is episode 99 of the Brew Party Podcast. I apologize for my little mini stroke I just had there with my bars that I just spit. But yeah, it's another edition of Maloney's Moneyline. We are talking NFL Conference Championship weekend. With there only being 2 NFL games, we've got some more sports that we are sharing some picks for this week. So we're throwing in a little basketball. I've got a soccer pick for the people, or I'm sorry, football, Ryan. So we do have more football to watch. But yeah, that is what I am going with. Ryan's got some basketball picks for the people, some football picks. We've got some player props to throw out on the cards. Let's update our records real quick. Actually, before we do that, hi Molly. Molly is, are you on? Yeah, we're live. What a start to this fucking show. Episode 80 or 99. I wouldn't want it any other way. So before we get into our picks, before we do the records, we've got something to chat about, Ryan, here just quickly. We'll do a quick little 2 to 3, 5 minutes on this. The Chicago Bears, we have made our hire in the front office and at head coach. So we go from Matt and Ryan to Matt and Ryan. So Ryan Poles, the new GM, coming over from Kansas City, and they officially hired Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator from the Indianapolis Colts, to be the head coach. We don't go offense, we go defense. Ryan, I know you're the man of many words. I haven't really heard your thoughts on this yet, besides cool name. What do you think about the hire? Do you think this is one that could potentially work out?
Yeah, I mean, it is a cool name. So he's got that going for him. But, yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's not, like, super crazy exciting. But, it seems like Poles was the one that made this decision, and I trust him. He seems like a good hire as well. So, I don't know. I mean, I feel like he just kind of took over the coach search, and this was his guy. And, well, we'll see how it goes. Just hope we got to nail the OC job.
Right. So that's absolutely what it means. It's you don't get an offensive guy to pair with Fields, so you better nail the OC hire. I believe Pep Hamilton has been targeted as a guy that's already been reached out, and I believe he's getting an interview. So he has been around the NFL quite a long time. He was a head coach in the XFL, the head coach that cut PFT commenter from the DC Defenders. So obviously he knows what he's doing. But last year he was the quarterback coach and passing game coordinator for the Houston Texans. I know that doesn't sound too sexy, but he did make Davis Mills look pretty damn good. Before that, he worked with the Chargers and Justin Herbert. I think this could be our guy, Ryan. I would really love Pep Hamilton as the offensive coordinator, but also, don't be afraid to go get a young guy, a boomer bust guy that, maybe get a head coach job in a couple years. We shouldn't be afraid to lose anybody, I don't think, because that means we have a good offense if somebody else wants to hire them away, which I don't think that's happened in a while. But as far as the Eberflus thing goes, I'm with you, man. It's not a sexy hire. It's not exciting, but hopefully it's one that works out. There are people on social media that I've seen that I think know more than I do have called it a great hire. So we'll see. But I think it's all about who he builds around him. I think Rich Bisaccia is coming over to be the special teams coordinator. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but that's who he wants, which I love that. He did awesome things with the Raiders this year as the interim head coach. And Eberflus, I mean, in his 4 years in Indianapolis as the defensive coordinator, I mean, they showed vast improvement in year one. They were top 10 in scoring defense 3 out of his 4 years. In his first season, they went from 30th to 10th in scoring defense. I believe from like 26th to 11th in rush defense, like just vast improvements. I do have my buddy Kyle Boyd's a big Colts fan. He's from Indianapolis or from Indiana. And I hit him up and I said, we just got Eberflus. What are your thoughts? And he said, do you want my optimistic opinion or you want my Colts fan opinion? And I said, well, I guess both. Colts fan opinion, he goes, enjoy going in prevent defense is starting in the first quarter. And I bet he'll be great for field development. Not. And I was like, all right, that makes me feel great. And then he sends me a picture of it was the first quarter of the Jags Colts game with like 12 minutes to go on on the clock. It's like 3rd and 10 or whatever, and there is not one member of the Colts secondary within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. So I don't love that, but he did say optimistic answer. He sent a screenshot of their like defensive ranks and the scoring defense and stuff like that. He was really good with Darius Leonard. I expect that to continue with Roquan Smith. I bet he will just play at a higher level. So, and also, I mean, the Bears did. I mean, they've invested a lot of money into this offense, into this defensive line as well, like $100 million. So that could be part of this move. But I think as long as they build the offensive staff and the rest of the staff out this is going to be a good hire. So, I mean, we can only wait and see. We can only speculate as it's been a day since he's been hired. But I like it so far, and I think you brought up a really good point about Poles. When he was hired, he took over the search, and this was his guy. So we got to trust him as much as we've been led astray before by the previous Matt and Ryan. So we got to go pick up Matt Ryan to be our backup quarterback now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure Poles for a while was with the Falcons, so like he was with Matt Ryan. It all connects.
We've got it in. That would be really funny. But all right, that's our Bears spiel. We kept it short and sweet. If you want to hear more about this hire from me specifically, check me out on the Alec Walt show. Alec had me on last night. We broke this hire down. We broke down some of the guys we'd like to see as the offensive coordinator as well. Just talked about the Bears really as a whole, where they go from here. Check that out, the Alec Walt Show on YouTube. YouTube.com/downtheblocksports is where you can find that. Anyway, back to Maloney's money line, back to the picks, back to the degeneracy. So let's update the records real quick. Ryan is now 15 games over 500. He's 86, 69, and 1. 54% on the season. He has been on an absolute tear the past couple weeks, making me look like a goddamn idiot, which as he usually does on the show anyways. My record now sits at 81, 73, and 2. We're at 52% there for my picks on the year for season 2. That brings us to 167, 42, and 3, 54% overall. Pretty good, Mr. Maloney. Pretty good. I will take that any day of the week. I mean, you guys know how this goes. Favorite, underdog, over, under, our lock of the week. 3 general picks that can be whatever the hell we want. We didn't put together a parlay for tonight, but sorry, we can't do everything for you. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's get into the picks. Ryan, as our leader in the clubhouse and our guest, our most distinguished guest, you go first for us. Hit us with your favorite for NFL Conference Championship weekend, my friend.
All right, my favorite. I'm going to go with the Chiefs -7.5 versus the Bengals. Don't really have any fun stats for this. I love the Bengals. It's been a fun ride, but I think this is where their journey ends. I texted you during the game last weekend, but I said like during the Bills Chiefs, I wish this could be the Super Bowl. And I said that before halftime. I said that. Like,
Yeah, I know.
I just think those are the two best teams. I think the winner of that is probably going to be the Super Bowl champion. Chiefs are back to being the Chiefs. So I'm just going to take the 7.5 points against the Bengals here.
Yeah, you'll see my thoughts on this here in just a couple minutes, or well, just a couple seconds, actually. So I'm not going to spoil it, but Ryan, Chiefs minus 7.5, and I can't blame anybody for taking this. I mean, the Chiefs are dominant. This is their fourth straight AFC Championship game they're appearing in. This is, really the Bengals' first go around in 30 years. I will not be surprised if this is Chiefs big. Do I want it to be Chiefs big? Fuck no, I don't want it to be Chiefs big. I'm rooting for the Bengals here. But my favorite, I'm going to go a little college basketball after Ryan hit us with Chiefs minus 7.5. So I'm going with the Boise State Broncos minus 1.5 at Fresno State. So Boise State is currently riding a 12-game winning streak. Don't quote me on this. I think it's the second longest active streak right now because Auburn's won 16, and I think it's Boise State at 12 is right under them. But I might be wrong about that. I'm right. I'm wrong about a lot of things, Ryan. You know that. They've just been on fire as of late. They're playing at Fresno State. It's tonight, Friday night at 10 p.m., which Fresno State is no joke either. They come in at 14-5. They are 12-5-1 against the spread. But like I said, Boise State 16-4. They've won 12 in a row. They're one of the hottest teams in the country. I'm going to ride with the Broncos while they're on this hot streak. Scoob is back. Haslametrics has this game being really close, but it does have it as a win for Boise State. Could be a tough one. I think Greg Peterson, if you follow him on Twitter, he actually likes Fresno State in this game. I don't know. I like the Broncos. I like the winning streak. That's really the basis behind my pick. Boise State is 11-8 against the spread on the year, just so we have that number out there. But that's my favorite. I'm going Boise State. Broncos. College basketball. We all know how bad I've been at college basketball on this show in the history. So hopefully this is it's different. Let's go to our Scooby-Doo Underdogs of the Week. We've already seen him like 5 times on the show today. He is heavily featured. Ryan, hit us with it.
All right, so I'm going to go to NBA. I didn't like either of the underdogs for the NFL this week. So I'm going to go with the Bulls money line plus 102. We were talking about it before we started. I'm not too sure why they're underdogs, but you know what? We'll take the disrespect. So
yeah,
go Bulls. Bulls by 50.
Disrespectful line. They're going to hammer the fucking Spurs. This is DeMar DeRozan's return to San Antonio. He just got named an all-star starter. How about you guys go ahead and hammer DeMar DeRozan over 25.5 points and make some money with me tonight as well? Not on the card. Thought about it. Had it on the card. Realized I forgot an under. Had to take it off the card. But I love this pick. I don't understand how the Bulls are plus 102 here. They have won their last 2 games. Albeit they've been pretty close. They are still shorthanded, but they are getting there. Levine's back. We have Javonte Green back as well. Vucevic has been playing well as of late, even though it has been up and down like we've talked about on this show before. Ayo Dosunmu's playing good minutes. DeMar DeRozan obviously is an all-star starter. Zach LaVine's an all-star as well this year. I love the Bulls in this spot. I'm a biased Bulls fan for sure, but I'm going to ride with you on this pick. Plus, you're sick at underdogs, Ryan. So how about that? How about it, baby? So my underdog, my Scooby-Doo underdog of the week, excuse me. I'm doing it, Ryan. Bengals plus 7.5. Head-to-head, baby. Head-to-head. Joe Burrow is this country's last hope to stop Jackson Mahomes from doing those stupid fucking TikToks or whatever he does at the Super Bowl. I need it to happen, Ryan. In all seriousness, though, I'm going with the Bengals here. I think 7.5 might be too many points. It is a conference championship game. The Bengals have played their last 2 opponents super close, coming down to game-winning field goals both times. Both teams very good. I don't know if they're the level of the Chiefs, The Chiefs' offense is insane. Obviously, we saw them put up 42 points last week, but their defense did give up 36. We know that this Cincy offense has shown it can be pretty explosive at times with Jamar Chase, with T. Higgins, with Joe Mixon, with CJ Uzoma, and Burrow back in the pocket. The question is, they can't give up 9 sacks again. They can't give up 9 sacks again. They're not going to win this game. But I like them to stay within the number. Cincinnati is third in the NFL this year. They're 12-7 against the spread. Kansas City is now 10-9 against the spread on the year. I'm riding with the Bengals here. I may look like an idiot at the end of Sunday, but hey, it would not be the first Sunday where I felt like a fucking complete idiot. So I'm riding with the Bengals here. I just think 7.5 is too many points, but the Bengals are going to have to fucking bring it on Sunday. They're going to have to bring it. You're not going to be able to give up sacks. You're going to have to put up points, and we'll see what this Cincy defense does if they're able to get to Patrick Mahomes at all, put any pressure on him, because they did play really well holding Tennessee in check last week. It's going to take a lot. I don't want to say it's going to take a perfect game, but it damn well might be. I won't be surprised if Kansas City wins this game at all, but I like Cincy to stay within 7.5. So let's go now to our overs of the week. Ryan, let's hear yours.
All right, I'm going to stay in that game. I'm going to go with the Chiefs Bengals over 54.5. Like you just said, we know how explosive the Bengals offense can be. And obviously the Chiefs as well.
Right.
If the NFL had college overtime rules, that final score of the Chiefs Bills probably would have been 140 to 142. So,
yeah.
But I just, with these two games to choose from, I just trust this game to definitely hit the over. So I'm making that my over.
Kansas City and Cincinnati over 54.5, minus 110 there. I don't know, dude. It's so many points. I try to shy away from these, but it's a fun over. I probably will hammer this with you on Sunday, especially if I'm taking the Bengals and have a little bit of a hedge, something there. Win the plus 7.5 back if that does not hit. So we go now to my over, and I'm staying in the NFL, but I'm going with the other game. I'm going LA and San Francisco over 46. And let me tell you why. We just saw the Rams hang 30 points on a very good Tampa Bay defense. I know the Tampa Bay secondary isn't as great as it has been in the past, but the Rams overs are 10-8-1 on the year. As far as San Francisco goes, they're 8-11. Overs are 8-11 in their games, and we know Jimmy G is still, he's not 100%. His thumb, his hand, wrist, his shoulder, like anything that could possibly be wrong with his arm seems to be wrong with his arm. Feels like they're going to run the ball a lot. We know what Kyle Shanahan likes to do with this offense, but I don't know. I like points in this game. It feels like a points game, and I'm taking over 46, truly just because I like 46 more than I like 54.5. So we will see. I believe both games, the public is on the under. Actually, I believe the odds have moved from 110 on that over, at least when I saw it. Anyway, let's go to our unders. Life's too short to bet the under, but we do it once a week anyway. Hit me with it, Ryan. I see it right here.
All right, so it's a little bit different, but I'm going to go with Jimmy G under 224.5 passing yards.
Hammer.
I wanted to do this with one of the quarterbacks, and he, in my opinion, is the best option for this. So that is my pick.
Yeah, he's absolutely the best option to pick. Pick the under on yards. Oh, you mean the team that doesn't want him to throw the ball? Yeah. The guy that was over 5 in the first quarter last week. Yeah. Hammer the under. Jimmy G under 224.5 passing yards, minus 114 odds there, depending on the book you are using. Excuse me. So my under, I am going to the NBA. It is a game tonight. I'm going the Pacers and the Thunder under 220.5, simply because both of these teams are just not good at all. The Thunder are terrible. The Pacers haven't been much better this year. 221 seems like a high number. I believe the unders in Thunder games are hitting at 55% on the year. It's like 54.9, so I like to round up 55%. So I'm taking that. That's really the only stat I have there. Besides, both of these teams are not good. So, Indy and Cincy, or I'm sorry, Indy. I got Cincy on my mind. Indy and OKC under 221.5. That's NBA basketball tonight, Friday night. I believe it's 7:30 or 8. I'm not sure. We go now to our locks of the week. Ryan, you better lock it up.
All right, I'm gonna also go with a little different pick for my lock, and I'm gonna go with Cam Akers to score a touchdown in their matchup on Sunday at -105. Obviously, if you're gonna choose somebody to score a touchdown in this game, it's Cooper Kupp, but his odds are like -150, so there's not too much value there. So I'm gonna go with Cam Akers.
It's all about the value, baby. Cam Akers to score a touchdown for the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday. -105 odds there. That's Ryan's lock of the week. You better lock it up, Ryan. My lock of the week. I'm getting patriotic as hell with this one, Ryan. USA.
USA.
USA money line versus the Canadians, those maple syrup loving fucks. Plus 175. Give me the Americans. Give me Pulisic. Give me Alfonso McKinney. Give me Way. Give me all of them. I love USA soccer plus 175. I should have worn my USA soccer shirt. That is my lock of the week. I actually realized I didn't pick which one of these was going to be my lock until right now, and I'm going patriotic with it. It's un-American to not bet on the boys. So let's go, lads. Let's get a win in the other type of football on Sunday as well versus Canada. World Cup qualifiers. Come on, baby. So USA money line plus 175 versus the Canadians. How about that? So, Ryan, let's go to our general picks. We each have 3 general picks that can be whatever. And I already don't like your first one.
Yep. So I'm going to go with the Rams 49ers under 45.5. I don't know. I just looked at these 2 games. I felt like the Chiefs Bengals was going over, and I feel like this one's going under.
I mean, he sees a line, he likes it, he takes it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm shaking in my boots, absolutely shaking in my boots. So that is Ryan. He is taking San Francisco and the Rams under 45.5. I was able to get it at 46, but I have the over, so it's great for me. Not. Anyway, my first general pick. This is going to be similar to Ryan's. I have 2 of these. But the first one is going to be Deebo Samuel to score a touchdown. You talked about value, Ryan. Plus 100. He runs the ball. He goes out wide and catches the ball. I think he scored a touchdown in, 9 of his last 10 games or something like that. Don't quote me on that. It might be wrong, but it's something.
Never.
So, you would never quote me. Good, Ryan. You're learning. But Deebo, I'm taking Deebo. To score plus 100. I like the value. And I also kind of like Kittle plus 185 or plus 145, something like that. There's a lot of sprinkles we could be doing on Sunday. So let's go now to our second to last pick. Getting pretty close to wrapping it up. Gonna cry when we have to not see each other's faces anymore. Your turn, buddy. Pretty vague there. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm going to go to NBA. I'm going to go with the Bucks -9 tonight against the Knicks. Don't really have much on this. I just, needed a couple games. Yeah, and I trust I almost just said Giannis. Yeah, Giannis and the Bucks tonight against the Knicks.
Let's go. I trust Giannis as well. I like this pick. The Knicks have been struggling as of late. Thibodeau doesn't really seem to be doing anything to adjust it. Either. So that is Ryan's pick. Bucks -9 versus the New York Knicks. My second to last pick is another touchdown prop, and it is for the Kansas City and Cincy game. I'm going Jamar Chase Jamar Chase to score a touchdown, -108. We know he's Joe Burrow's favorite target. I expect him to get loose at least once a game. I mean, I I don't know. I would have liked this better if it was, plus money, but any -108 is pretty damn good. And I think he has a great opportunity to score against this Chiefs secondary. I haven't heard about Tyrann Mathieu, if he is going to be playing or not after I believe the concussion protocol he went into last week. So we'll see about that. But the Chiefs secondary, how many? I mean, they gave up 4 touchdowns to Gabriel Davis. Hopefully, Joey B spreads it around unless he throws it 4 to Jamar Chase. I'll be good. I just need 1. I'm taking Jamar Chase to score a touchdown. He's just really fun to root for as well. So that is my second to last pick. Ryan, let's get your very last pick. I'll hit you with mine. We'll get you out of here so you and Molly can go get your dinner and you don't have to wait an hour for a table.
All right, my last pick. I'm going to go with the Suns -8.5 versus the T-Wolves. Again, don't have much, but it is fun to root for the Suns. So
I mean, I think they have 9 losses. They're like 36-9 or something like that.
Yeah, and I think they're really good against the spread too. Let me check.
Checking.
Never
mind. That's the hard-hitting analysis you only get on Maloney's money line on the Brew Party podcast. Suns -8.5 versus Minnesota. I mean, it's simple. The Suns are the best team in the West. The Minnesota Timberwolves are one of the worst teams in the West. Take the Suns. So we have 2 heavy favorites from Ryan in the NBA for his last two picks. My last pick, I'm going. I shouldn't say back to the NFL. I'm staying in the NFL. I'm gonna go Rams -3.5. I'm nervous about this pick. I wasn't 100% positive. I almost put it as my favorite, but now, I moved it down to my others just because I'm not too sure about this one. We do know that San Francisco has beat the Rams the past 2 times they've played this year. It is really hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. The Rams seem to be rolling at the right time. Their defense played out of their fucking minds last week, and they really look like they're hitting their stride. They're going to have to do that again against this awesome running attack from the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know. It just feels like it's really hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. And I know Kyle Shanahan has really had Sean McVay's number since Sean McVay became the head coach of the Rams. But I don't know. I like them in this spot. And I trust Matt Stafford a little more than I trust Jimmy G. But if speaking of that, the whole Jimmy G drama on Twitter, where it's like all like fucking Mina Kimes says one bad thing about it, and then every like male that takes themselves way too seriously and can't accept the fact that women knows just as much about sports as they do, just like shit their pants. Well, they won the game. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? He had like 106 yards. Like he wasn't the reason they won the game. Yeah. But it's just like everybody just fucking loosen your panties a little bit. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But Rams -3.5 versus San Francisco -107 the odds here. I think it's going to be a great game. I hope we get 2 great games. Obviously, I mean, we were pretty spoiled last week with how insane all those finishes were. Hopefully we get more of the same, and hopefully we get a good Super Bowl matchup. Ryan and I we're going to have a show before the Super Bowl. You know what's funny, dude? Super Bowl Sunday's on Kaylin's birthday, so she's already accepted that's what we're doing for her birthday. So I should probably set something up, huh? Anyway,
yeah, just get some balloons or something.
Yeah, just something small. Should be fine. Game's on. Anyway, before we get out of here, let me just give you a little promo code here, some free money, if you will. So obviously we're talking about sports betting season. Sports betting season is in full swing. NFL playoffs are winding up. The NBA's back. College basketball. The NHL is here. We've got PGA action. Any sport you can think of. If you need a book to place those bets, you should think of BetUS Sportsbook. That's BETUS Sportsbook. Let's go to betus.com. Enter the promo code The Brew Party for 125% sign-up bonus. That's right, 125% sign-up bonus with promo code The Brew Party. They've got a race book. They've got a casino. They have live betting. They've got prop bets. They have futures. Any bet type imaginable, they have it at BetUS. BetUS Sportsbook. You play, you bet, you win, you get paid. Promo code The Brew Party for 125% off. Go to betus.com. Tell them The Brew Party sent you. Help support the show. This has been episode 99 of the Brew Party podcast. It's our weekly gambling segment, Maloney's Money Line, with the one and only Ryan Maloney, who's now appeared on the Brew Party no less than 1,000,000 times, even though it's only episode 99. Awesome episode coming up for episode 100. I will be joined by my good friend, comedian Carmen Morales. She has a brand new special coming out on HBO at the beginning of February called Entre Nos, I believe. I might have just said that wrong, but it is highlighting her and another awesome comedian as well. Super excited to have Carmen on the show. It's not going to be sports related. We're going to shoot the shit. We're going to talk comedy. We're probably going to get fucked up, and we're going to have a great time. That's my special surprise for episode 100. Super excited to get Carmen on the show. Follow us on Twitter at The Brew Party. We're on Instagram at The Brew Party. Follow the Facebook. Like us on Facebook at The Brew Party Podcast. Like this video. Subscribe to the YouTube, youtube.com/The Brew Party. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or go to www.thebrewparty.com for all that stuff. Ways to listen, links to the social media, links to the YouTube, links to support the show. As always, thank you to Ryan Maloney. This is week 20 of Maloney's Money Line, season 2, episode 99 of the Brew Party podcast. I'm Andy Hopper, thanking you as always. That's Ryan. There's Scooby, once again, the real star of the show. We are out of here.